Look how good he looks.
Stop hovering. I'm fine. Maybe some water.
Water. On it.
Bro, the black and white is so good. The story behind how he got the black suit.
The suit cured your...
Yeah.
Which means without it,
You got mad veins.
Okay. We gotta figure out how to get this back on Harry. How did you give it to me?
I don't know. It just sort of happened.
Okay. Let me try.
So Eddie's also here, and he's a little bit confused as to why Spider-Man has a black suit. So like I said, Peter has a mask on because he hasn't told Eddie that he's Spider-Man because of the events that happened in Coney Island with him not being able to save Betty Brant. He's a little bit confused as to why do you have the suit right now, and he's saying like, oh, if Harry's a hero, it's thanks to him that he somehow gave me the suit and it resurrected me. And Eddie is a little bit reserved, or like he doesn't really trust Spider-Man, and MJ notices this.
Pete, there's something in your...
Damn, that whole thing was still in him.
Not what I...
What the?
Are you okay?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Let me try it again. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry.
Damn, it don't want to come
I don't know
off.
what to do.
We need to find Dr. Connors. Except
He's a drooling reptile right now.
Kraven. The serum. He had it around his neck. That's what he used on Dr. Connors.
if we find that serum, we could analyze it, use the equipment here to engineer a cure.
Then bring Dr. Connors back from the land of the lizard.
I'll start tracking down Kraven.
He's probably already cleared out of that zoo by now.
Well, lucky for us. He left a piece of himself behind.
And adding on to the Venom plot, MJ could call Peter after this whole scenario, and she's just like, hey, I really think you should tell Eddie that you're Spider-Man. And he explains it like, I can't. You should have heard how he spoke about Spider-Man. Like, he doesn't trust me as Spider-Man. And I don't know, I feel like I don't want to lose Eddie again. Like, I have this opportunity to be friends with him again. And I don't want to risk that. But MJ's just like, all relationships are built on trust. You have to tell him. Because sooner or later, if he finds out that you're Spider-Man, you've been lying to him, and he's been your best friend ever since you guys were like 15, it's going to hurt him.
There's this pawn shop in Little Odessa that specializes in rare artifacts, just like this knife.
Good thinking. Weirdly enough, I feel energized.
It did that for me too.
How does this thing work?
Honestly, can't explain it. I just think the suit listens.
Okay. Maybe it'll help with finding Kraven and his serum.
Just don't get stabbed this time, please.
I usually try not to. I'll be fine. I promise.
So we switch to Miles, and the big thing with him is that he's constantly calling Peter, asking him what's going on, giving him updates, because this is like the longest that Peter has ever not responded to him. So Miles is a little bit upset because it's like, bro, is he ignoring me? And he feels a little bit jealous too, because he knows that he just reunited with his old childhood friends. So there's a little bit of jealousy there of like, bro, did he forget about me? This guy's my mentor. He taught me everything that I know, and I thought we were friends. So it's just like, why is he ignoring me, But what Miles does is that he just focuses on being Spider-Man, because that's what he's comfortable with. That's the only safe thing in his life that doesn't change, of him, his responsibility of being Spider-Man. So he gets a call from Mysterio, Quentin Beck, and he's saying like, hey, one of the machines, remember the 4 machines I told you about? One of them in Chinatown is acting up. We're currently trying to reboot it. If you could help us out, that'd be great.
Has been found
I thought they were gonna shut these down.
Beautiful, and here you go. So they come here and then you talk about it.
some help?
The Mysterium is infected with a virus or something, and it's trapped someone inside.
If you execute the breakpoint condition, the system should reset. Just try not to get hurt in the process.
How would I get hurt if it's just an illusion?
That, my friend, is what we're trying to find out.
Spider-Man. Here to play hero.
So here's the major change with this one. Like I said, this is the first Mysterio mission out of 4. So basically with this one, Miles goes inside, and it's a remix of his adventures from the previous game, Miles Morales. So in this scene, he's not fighting on a rooftop, he's fighting on that Russian bridge. I always forget how to say it, the Costco Bridge or something like that. It's in Brooklyn. It's from Queens into Brooklyn. And he basically like replays like a remix version where he has to like save the bridge and like fight the underground. But imagine the enemies are the underground, but they just have like Mysterio domes with like the skull inside. And yeah, and he's trying to save Betty, like one of the workers. You saw the girl with the curly hair. Like they will say like, oh, Betty went inside to configure the machine, but she kind of disappeared, and we think she's trapped in there. Can you please go in there and save her? So that's the whole thing you're trying to do. You're trying to fight the underground. And also save Betty. So it concludes with Miles saving Betty from this Mysterio imposter, and they end up thinking like, okay, so we clearly know that somebody's hacked into these machines and trying to impersonate Mysterio. But then Miles is saying like, but why did they look like the underground? Could somebody from the underground, like an ex-member, like returned and is trying to haunt or like bother Miles? And they're unsure, but what they do know, or what they speculate, is that somebody from the underground is trying to impersonate Mysterio or take up the mantle as Mysterio. Because Quentin Beck is right there. He's telling Miles like, look, hey, I retired from that. I'm trying to start a new life and be a decent person, and I don't want to do any. I have no need to be Mysterio.
Can't believe I'm out of there.
You're okay. Safe and sound.
Impressive. So this is why they call you a superhero.
So after dealing with Mysterio, finally Peter calls Miles back, and he's like, hey bro, what's going on? I've been trying to reach you all night. Is everything okay? And then Peter just fills him in on everything that happened the night before with Kraven, with Electro being on the loose, with him getting the black suit from Harry and him almost dying. And freaking Miles is angry at this point. He's just like, bro, you literally died and you didn't call me. Like, I could have helped you. I could have been there. We could have stopped that from happening. And then Peter's just like, I know. I'm sorry. It's just, everything was just too much at the moment. And plus, Miles, you have to focus on school. You have to go to college. And then Miles is a little bit irritated. He's like, I know what I have to do. Like, I've been managing it. And so you have like this little conflict of like, both of them are struggling with balance. And like this, Miles is the first one to mention them struggling with that balance, with like Peter is, yes, he's doing well in his life as Peter Parker, but he's neglecting his life as a mentor, as a teacher with Miles, and also as honestly in a way as Spider-Man, because he's not really helping Miles in like the smaller aspects of being Spider-Man. Because if you notice, the Miles has been focusing mostly on like the rest of New York City, while Peter's only focusing on Kraven. So there's not a good balance there. So it's like you have that moment where both characters are dealing with the same thing, and they're finally addressing it. So yeah. And with Miles having to not only focus on all of Manhattan, but also he's trying to work on his college essay, trying to figure out what he wants to do with his future, and also dealing with how he's going to handle Martin Lee when that comes, because eventually that's going to come. The moment where he gets to reunite with Martin Lee is going to happen, and is he going to choose how he treated him his first time with like episode 1, where like he was going to let him drown, or is he going to do the right thing and arrest him and figure that out? So both Peter and Miles are both struggling with balance. Nobody's perfect. Everybody faults in one area of their life, because we can't be in two places at once. So they're both dealing with that, but Miles is the first one to acknowledge it for the both of them. And you could also have it where Peter's telling him to just focus on your schoolwork, focus on your schoolwork. It's kind of him like subconsciously trying to be like, well, I'm neglecting some things. You know what I mean? Like I guess it's his way of saying like, well, I'm helping Miles in some way. I'm still focusing on him being his mentor because I'm trying to make him do the right thing. But you know, it's one thing of like saying something than actually being there for the person. You know. So basically, Peter apologized, and he's just like, I'm sorry, I'll keep you more involved this time, but I actually need your help. We just got 2 notifications from the Friendly app. 1 at the bar with no name, there's an altercation happening there, and 2, there's safari guys or hunters in the shipping yards, and there's a commotion there. I'm going to go investigate the bar with no name, Peter, and then Miles, I need you to go investigate the shipping yard. So it has a reason for them to separate, but they're also both working on trying to find Kraven. Start off with Peter going to the bar with no name, and remember in the first game he goes in, uses the spider bot. We're not using spider bots anymore, so he goes in as Spider-Man. Like he crawls in there and he sees and he overhears conversations of people talking about Wilson Fisk, and people are just saying like, hey, you know, he always makes a resurgence, and I think, you know, I think he's about to come out of prison. People are saying like, bro, Spider-Man and the NYPD locked him up a year ago and he's there for good. They're like, nah, man, I think something's coming up. I've been hearing wind that like Fisk has been making traction in Harlem, and people are ready to he's making a resurgence, I'm telling you, bro. And then a strange man walks up to him and he's just like, tell me what you know. And he's just like, bro, like, who are you? And he's just saying like, I heard that you know something about Wilson Fisk, tell me right now. In the meantime, there's a guy playing with like darts the whole time, and he's making every freaking shot, right? And he's just listening to the conversation. And then basically the thing gets a little bit heated with the guy. It's just like, bro, I'm not gonna tell you anything, all right? And then freaking the guy kind of like puts his hand on the guy, and he's just saying like, you know, it's for your best interest to tell me what you know on Fisk before this gets bad, right? And then freaking and then he's like, and then he sees his eyes. He finally like looks up at the guy who's like talking to him, and then he understands what's going on. He's just like, oh, it's you. And then freaking it's just like, he's just like, all right, this is what I know. From what I heard, Fisk has been doing a lot of stuff in Harlem, and it looks like he's finally have enough evidence built up to get him out of prison. And literally as he's speaking, somebody throws a dart into his neck. Right, and this guy starts dying, and then he looks, and then he sees that the guy that was throwing darts is actually Bullseye. So just envision it, it's like Dominick's version of Bullseye, but in this scene he has like that little original outfit that he had from the freaking Ben Affleck movie, just as a little homage. Like it's just Bullseye in like casual clothing, right? And he's just mesmerized because the guy who looks back at him is just like, oh my gosh, I've been waiting for the day to see you again. And the guy takes off his like trench coat, and it's freaking Daredevil in his freaking yellow and red outfit. So a major fight ensues between Daredevil and Bullseye, and you join in, and it's also everybody in the bar. It's like a huge bar fight. You're basically trying to help Daredevil fight Bullseye, and you have like quick exchanges where like you get a little bit of backstory of like who Daredevil was in this universe, his history with Bullseye, his history with Wilson Fisk. But the main thing that I do want to change, or like the main concept, is that Daredevil hasn't been in New York for a lot of years. With everything that happened with Wilson Fisk and his history, the main things that I want to have is like his origin story with the Man with No Fear, with him wearing like that black suit and stuff like that, and then him getting that iconic red suit and making him a name for himself as the Devil of Hell's Kitchen. And then eventually leading up to his major interactions with the Punisher, and him being a major antagonist with him, and then eventually, and the Punisher helping him in his quest to stop Fisk, and then leading with Daredevil meeting Spider-Man and them working together to stop Fisk. But the main villain for Daredevil in this universe is Fisk. Like he's the main guy that he's been trying to take down for many years, and eventually it ends with the Born Again saga, where Fisk finds out the identity of Matt Murdock. He knows he's Daredevil, and he ends up ruining his life. He ruins his law firm with Feige and Karen. He ruins his relationship with Karen, and then eventually leading with even ruining his identity as Daredevil and ruining the kind of like vigilante support that he has as the Daredevil, with him hiring Bullseye to mimic Daredevil and cause these crimes for Fisk. But eventually it leads with Daredevil gaining enough evidence to put Fisk behind bars. So he doesn't put him behind bars. He gathers all the evidence that could potentially put him in bars, and that leads into Spider-Man PS4 with the cold opening with like Yuri and Spider-Man taking him down at Fisk Towers, because it's because of Matt Murdock gathering all that evidence and his identity as the Daredevil to have the ability of Fisk to finally be behind bars. So that's why we have that scene where it's like, oh, I've been Spider-Man says like, oh, I've been waiting years to get this guy behind bars. Also Daredevil, like Spider-Man has been working with Daredevil to put Fisk behind bars, and Fisk is one of Spider-Man's earliest villains. And also it's like Daredevil was kind of like a mentor to Spider-Man, and you gotta have that kind of respect where he's just like, bro, Daredevil, I missed you, man. I haven't seen you in so long. I like your new suit, it looks fire. And two is like, where have you been and stuff like that, because it kind of show. And then you also have that thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm actually mentoring another guy. I have a sidekick, and you have that little bond where it's just like, oh, I remember the days when I used to mentor you on how to be a superhero and stuff like that. So after the major boss fight with Bullseye, you kind of have just Bullseye teasing Daredevil, being like, "Oh, so great seeing you again, bro. I missed our little like spats. I miss our little fights as like a married couple." And he leaves. He was just tormenting Daredevil because he had evidence that Daredevil was back in New York City. And then Peter just asked him like, "Hey, so what are you doing here? Like, where have you been?" And he says like, "Oh, I actually after everything that happened with Fisk, it finally felt like a chapter of my life has closed, and I lost a lot of things because of Fisk. So I decided to start anew, and I've been in Los Angeles, and I started up my own law firm there. And I just recently came back because I heard that Fisk might be coming back, so we can't let that happen, Spider-Man. You know everything that we've been through with him, and we need to make sure that he stays behind bars. And I'm going to keep on investigating this, but, you know, if I hope I could get to call you again. We get to work together like old times." And he's like, "Bro, of course, I got you." So that's where that storyline ends for right now. But Spider-Man also warns him about Kraven and the Hunters, and that he might be a potential target for them. And so Daredevil will keep that in mind. But he also asks him, has he seen anything about these guys? And he's like, "No, but I've seen some strange people setting up these like pits of like fire or like bonfires around Hell's Kitchen, so you might want to keep a lookout for that." So right after this, we switch back to Miles, where he's investigating the freighter. And once he goes in, he sees that the Hunters are there and that they're loading in this strange metal from a distant land. And so he's investigating them, just hearing what they've been saying about how, like, oh, they're preparing the bonfires and stuff like that, that the great hunt is about to begin. And somebody starts attacking them, like somebody who's quick, he's fast, they're unable to see who it is. He messes with the lights so nobody could see what's going on. Miles is a little bit freaked out because whatever that thing that's in the shadows notices him too, and he's hunting him as well. So you can have like a little gameplay mechanic where it's like, not only do you have to stealthily subdue the Hunters, but you have to be careful on how much noise you make, because if you let's say if you subdue, like if you take down 2 enemies very quickly, like that thing hears you, and then it's an immediate game over when it catches you. So eventually you keep on doing that and trying to stay alive, basically. And then you eventually find out that the thing eventually like grabs you, and then you realize that the thing that's been hunting down the Hunters is actually the King of Wakanda, Black Panther. So it's a 3-mission quest line, and he's only playable for these 3 missions, and his only partner is Miles Morales. So the metal that they have in these shipping containers is vibranium from Wakanda. They stole it from Wakanda, and Black Panther's here to retrieve that material back, because he doesn't want anybody that he does not allow to have vibranium. So you get to fight Black Panther as a boss fight. So Miles versus Black Panther. You could it doesn't matter if you win or lose, but you have the opportunity to fight Black Panther. And the reason behind it to justify it is that Black Panther doesn't know this Spider-Man. He doesn't know that Spider-Man has a sidekick. So he's basically saying, "Oh, you're impersonating the Spider. So I'm gonna take you down." So you could have Miles trying to explain the situation to Black Panther, but Black Panther's not listening to it. So you could have Miles saying like, "Oh, he's my mentor. Spider-Man has been training me to be Spider-Man for the past year." And then Black Panther says, "Spider-Man doesn't usually work with people. He doesn't work well with teams." And then eventually you could have the whole scene where it's like that shipyard worker is getting attacked by the hunters because they believe that he stole some shipments from them. Because they're not only transporting the vibranium here, but it's also the vodka from Russia. So that section where Peter goes to investigate that shipping yard, he doesn't do that. Miles and Black Panther do that. So they end up saving this guy, and then through Black Panther's, through Miles's, heroism, Black Panther realizes that he's not actually a threat or anything like that. And you get to do the stealth mission with Black Panther, and you get little quips of like you learn more of the history of Black Panther and stuff like that. I'll explain in a second what my timeline of what this Black Panther or what he's been through, what I want to see in this version. But he also has like a completely different suit. There's a new Ultimate Comics out now, and that design I think will work well for this universe of Black Panther. So they end up saving him. They end up realizing the guy explains like, "Oh, they're preparing for a great hunt. They set bonfires all over the place," and he shows them like photos and stuff like that. Or you could be like where they even take him outside and you could see it in the skyline of all these like fires being set up. And then freaking Miles is just like, "Oh, that's the flame." So he gives Peter a call and basically saying like, "Hey, Peter, the hunters are working with the flame to set up for this great hunt." And then Peter's like, "Okay, Miles, thank you." And basically Miles is trying to explain like, "Oh, hey, I have like the King of Wakanda here. He wants to. He's like hesitant on killing me. So can you just explain to him that I'm your sidekick?" So then basically Peter has a phone call with Black Panther, just like, "Yeah, I'm his mentor. He's helping me out with these hunter guys and stuff like that." And then you can have like a little backstory of like Black Panther and Spider-Man, because they know each other. They've worked together once or twice. And you could be like, Black Panther could be like, "Oh, Peter, be on the lookout. I know these guys. They've terrorized Wakanda before. Their leader Kraven, he's no joke. You have to be vigilant. He's stronger. He's intelligent. He's skilled in fighting. I'm pretty sure you fought him already, and he's demonstrated his strength." And he's a little bit worried because this is the King of Wakanda, an Avenger, an OG, telling him that Kraven is not somebody to mess with. So Peter's a little bit worried, but he takes his advice on it. So then he hits up the Wraith, and he's just like, "Hey, you have any updates on the flame?" And he's just like, "Yeah, I believe I found the hideout of their boss, and they're setting up these strange bonfires." And he's just like, "Yeah, that's why I called. They're working with these hunter guys. Meet me at this location. I believe this is where they're at."
Go inside? Nope. How is this going to work? Just team up like normal? How long you been tracking these guys?
Few weeks. Heard rumors for a while. They leave bodies in their wake. They care a lot about the Crimson Hour, whatever that is.
The hot new club in Hell's Kitchen? Wow, that just popped out there, huh? Who says stuff like that? Not me.
Left's all mine.
We shouldn't have to wait much longer. The new recruits will...
When we find their boss, how will we know it's their boss?
Something tells me these people aren't friendly.
Take out the cultists and keep moving?
Sounds good.
So, it's been, what, a year and a half since... How have you been?
You don't have to do this stuff. You're here on a job.
The Fool's Beacon. Can you be sure it's Spider-Man?
This
It's not small talk for me.
I think I messed it
I'm
up.
worried about you.
And fine. Angry before. Steady. No signs of their boss yet. Let's keep going.
It's locked. And I bet forcing it will trigger an alarm.
Doesn't look like it takes keys. Must be a way to unlock it around here.
Seems like new recruits are always paired up when they join.
Good way to keep an eye on everyone.
Looks like the cult uses tattoos to show off their ranks.
They're always paired up when they join. Wait, I've got an idea.
You want to share with the class?
Just watch.
That's it. The door only opens when it sees the correct pair of tattoos.
I've got mine. You see anyone with a Hephaestus tattoo?
Please don't wake up. And not the tattoo I'm looking for. Great. There we go. So, you got any tattoos?
Just the one of Spider Cop's gravestone.
Come on, really? If you run away again, he won't be so forgiving.
Trust the flame, for everything burns. For everything burns.
You hear that somewhere before? Let's check on the prisoners. We'll get you out of here.
The door controls are in the next room. Hurry!
How many followers are in the building?
We're gonna get you out of here as soon as we can.
Please. I'm not supposed to be here.
We'll find a way to get you out.
If the flame lets you.
Hey, you okay in there? Hello? We're here to help.
Don't be so loud.
So the controls are in the next room. If they're the followers of the flame, is that the flame holding court down there?
I don't think so.
He is still worthy. Let all doubt be washed away as we celebrate this endless passage from Typhon to Hephaestus.
You doing okay? You sound...
I'm peachy.
No longer will you need to hide your true self from the world. For now, there is no way in which the world can harm you.
Looks like there's no other exits out of this room.
Let's hope there's more here than that screensaver.
The brand is breaking.
See, look, this is also what I was talking about. So, like, basically, you could do this with all the other characters, like Black Cat, etc. You know what I mean?
Source of strength, because it shows the flame's trust in you, and that is something that will never waver. Trust in the flame, for everything burns. Since time began, there has been no clearer truth. So let us remember it now, because the Crimson Hour.
I need these guys to separate, bro. I mean, we could go loud. Kind of don't want to go loud, you know?
See the door controls anywhere?
I'm not sure.
wiring for the cells leads right here. The Book of Flame.
Sounds like a page turner. Come on!
We really need to stop meeting like this.
So here's going to be the minor change. So it's still Cletus Cassidy as the leader of the Flame, but he's dressed differently and he goes by a different name. So he's actually dressed as the Sin Eater and he goes by the Sin Eater. So if you don't know, Sin Eater is a villain who has ties with NYPD, and I want to give all that same backstory to Cletus Cassidy. And one major thing is that Sin Eater was a big threat for the NYPD, and it was one of the first cases that Yuri Watanabe ever had. So this case is very, very, very special to her, and she has a need to really do what the justice system can't do.
People will think you're trying to kill me.
Never thought you'd be able to trick anyone into joining one of your little clubs again.
Love is not a trick.
None of this is love.
I extended my hand when nobody else would. I doubt you, nor the Fool's Beacon there, would have done the same. But what would it take for you to love me?
Tell me where you're hiding and I'll show you.
The old hospital north of Astoria. Stop by anytime. If you're both worthy.
You knew who the Flame was this whole time?
No! I had my suspicion. I wasn't sure until I saw him.
How do you two know each other?
We ran another group like this when I was a cop. I shut them down, and even he got away. The Flame's not even here. We have to go after him.
After we help the prisoners. Oh, hi!
You got little things where like Yuri comments on his suit. He's just like, you never were able to do that before, and she's like, does it have something to do with that suit? And he's just like, he'd be like, it's a long story.
Okay, first things first. How does he know who you are?
My voice. When I was chasing as a cop, he enjoyed it. Learned who I was, and he could always tell me how I faced.
What else do you know about him?
That group he ran with before? When we got close to capturing him, he told them it was finally time. He killed them so nobody would talk. And they let him. He's a monster.
So this is the first time you've seen him since he got away?
I tried to track him down for months, but other creatures got in the way. I knew he was around.
And the followers of the Flame, are they like his old group?
The old group was small. These people, I don't know what's bigger. Their numbers or their confidence.
Let's get those folks out of here.
Shouldn't take us long to get to the hospital.
Yuri! This is the most obvious trap I've ever seen! And I fought Trapster.
We can't wait on this one. You don't know him.
I do know that we can't help anyone if we rush in there and get killed. We need a plan.
I'll scout out this hospital base of his and make sure everything's safe. Happy?
That's one word for it, sure. Another word would be slightly less stressed.
So this phone call continues, and Peter's just saying, like, listen, look, just let's wait on this, because it's obviously a trap. I promise I'll go with you, but first I need your help with something. I need your help with these hunters and the flames that they've been putting on all over. So just help me out with it. I promise you we'll go check it out. So Rafe is your partner for the major mission with going into the party that Kraven has and the church fight as well. So she's with you throughout that whole section. So you got the Spider Cops reunited once again, baby.
What happened?
Hunters have been coming through here for days.
Sorry I wasn't here to help.
Nah.
Could you tell me about this antique I found? It, almost killed me.
I cannot help you. I've seen this symbol before. Please leave.
Wait! I can protect you from the hunters.
I'm not worried about them. I thought I left this behind on Volgograd. The flames have been lit. This is his jungle now.
Kraven?
Kraven off.
The flames have been lit.
Gee.
So remember, Rafe is here with you, so you could do stealth takedowns with her and stuff like that. Or if you want to go loud, you could go loud with her. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Don't get me caught. Alright, whatever. We could go loud.
What's this I hear about lighting some fires?
Damn it! Let me throw this out.
What were they doing up here? Vodka from Volgograd? Looks like it's for some kind of party. Wonder what they're celebrating. Pretty rude of Kraven not to extend an invite. Never stopped me before, though.
The celebration is even more grand than what we prepared for the lizard.
Finally found what he is looking for.
I followed him to the ends of the earth in his pursuit. Seen the disappointment on his face in every corner of the world. This feels special.
Then tonight, we play.
Come on, nobody sees you guys.
Permit for that bonfire?
Beautiful. What? There's more? I thought I handled it so perfectly. That's it, right? That's it. No, there's one more. No, that's it. That's it. Notice. Oh, there's you.
See what they were up to.
I forgot to say this, and I know I forgot to say this in the last episode, but in the beginning of episode 5, after the whole Spider-Bot thing, Spider-Verse thing, you notice that Scorpion is hunting Spider-Man. So I guess it may be in the scene when it breaks, he breaks in here, you can have a scene where like Scorpion is like, you could see that Scorpion is stalking him.
They're shipping in more luxury goods from Volgograd for this event? How Harry's doing without the suit right now. Hey, buddy. How you feeling?
I'm fine. What's happening?
Kraven, or Kravenoff, is hosting some party at 718 Kent. Figured I'd stop by.
Looks like a social club.
Hang on, I'm almost there. Looks like a busy night. Hope our VIP is here.
They're more riled up than usual.
Just keep your head down.
How are you getting in?
Kitchen entrance.
You should change. The classic Peter Parker look isn't gonna cut it.
Too bad my tux is at the dry cleaners. Huh?
So here's the change too. Remember that Rafe is with you. So then Rafe can say a joke as like, "Oh, I guess you really do have a black suit." And then, mind you, Rafe is a little bit weirded out by the suit. Like she makes that joke, but she's just like, "How'd you get this suit again?" And she's just like, "Oh, it's like an exosuit that my friend had for his disease. I'm trying to get it off me, but we don't know how." And she's just like, I mean, I don't know. I've never seen a suit like that. It's pretty weird. And then Peter's just like, "Okay, so how are you gonna get in?" And he's just like, "Let me improvise." And then so you go inside, and then Rafe kind of like figures out a way to get inside.
Spider spy. You forget to mention the suit could turn into a tux.
Oh, never did that with me.
Hey, you! Come over here. Take this to Mr. Kravenoff's bodyguard.
His bodyguard?
Dima! Move!
Well, sounds like your shift's starting.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to it.
Better go find Dima.
Orders up! How are they eating so fast? Don't keep them waiting, move!
And then you get a call from Rafe being like, "I found a way in," and he's just like, "How?" And she's like, "You'll see."
Swanky. Huh. I clean up pretty nice. And I'm feeling great.
Doesn't stop them from coming into the kitchen and trying to light me on fire.
There was only one.
Excuse me. That's probably the maitre d' by the podium.
So this is where Rafe would have entered. She basically like knocked out one of the guards, took on his gear, and she's walking with this crew.
Has one of the shield bearers arrived?
Yes. He is in the other room by the font. Will Mr. Kravenoff be joining us this evening? There are some... Quite right.
And you could have freaking Peter looking at Rafe, and you could have her say that line instead
I'll
of...
break your bones.
What the flip?
Damn, Kraven isn't here. Shield bearer. Huh. Sounds like a bodyguard to me.
I'll rip him in half with my bare hands.
He's not your target. You kill him.
Must be him. Your meal, sir.
What the hell is this?
I was told to deliver this to Mr. Kravenoff's personal bodyguard.
What makes you think I'm him?
You know, you're, huge.
Dima's very hungry. You should leave now.
So funny. I was just about to do that.
And just for lore, you can have this be Gregor, who's like one of Kraven's most skilled fighters. And he's new to the comics, but it's just a nice little thing that you can just add for more depth.
He was looking up at that room. Gotta find the elevator. If that's just the shield bearer, how big is Dima gonna be?
It's too scary. I don't want to serve him food anymore.
Just drop the plate and
coming through. Oh, sorry. Don't be sorry. Move! Coming through! This mess. If everything isn't perfect, we're all dead.
Coming through.
No, wait!
Peter's a whole menace, bro.
Why were you standing right in front of the door?
I told you to wait.
You didn't. I was just minding my own. Come on. Shut up, both of you. Pick everything up and let's move.
Find Dima, we find Kraven and his weird lizard serum. Easy.
And
So
this,
just imagine that girl on the bottom that's fighting is Yuri, and she's just like fighting these guys in order to blend in and blow off steam.
You wouldn't happen to be Dima. Crap. Well, that explains the secret menu. Someone's a little hangry. A tiger. That's new. Alright, let's give Dima something to eat that isn't spider flavored. That raw meat must be somewhere. There we are. Something in that study might help me find Kraven. But first, gotta break out the apron. That hunter's right there. The hell was that? A meal fit for a Russian tiger bodyguard. That sounded weird.
so then basically,
Might have to make a few minor adjustments to this meal.
A 300-year-old sleeping dart will never work.
You are so certain, are you?
Show me then.
So Yuri's botting everybody in this fight club, and so basically they're talking about this dart and be like, "Oh, you're so strong. Let's see how the strongest fighter handles this 300-year-old dart."
Him too.
Yes?
Take him. Let him squirm.
The poison is ancient, and you don't even know how to use that thing.
A true hunter. Adepts. Sleep well, my friend.
Those hunters were nuts. Can't believe the suit listened to me. I wish my suit had a neural interface like this. I could work with Harry, do the hero gig, and take a vacation all at once.
So Yuri is saved from the dart, and they coordinate together because they have comms so that Peter could take the dart.
the dart.
Our little secret. Sleepy time for Dima. Snooping time for Peter. If this doesn't work, there's only one other thing on the menu. Me. Hi, Dima. I'm back with a little snacky snack. A Chef Spidey masterpiece. Guess Kraven's too cool for his own party. Should look around in case he left the lizard serum somewhere in here. Must have just missed him. Was Kraven praying?
Our boy's a Greek Orthodox.
Don't see Kraven's lizard serum here. But what are these potions? Wonder if this is how he's so freakishly strong.
So with those potions, you gotta have like a little backstory. It'd be like, these are the same potions that Sasha was using when I fought her with Sandman. This must be how they get their powers and stuff like that.
Didn't know hunting could be so existential. He's better read than I would have thought. Nothing like some light philosophy between hunts. No serum. These drugs are for late-stage chemotherapy. Are these Kravens too?
It is time to pray. My mother opened every hunt with these words. Others spent the night feasting, drinking themselves in oblivion. Not us, not the Kravenoffs. To us the hunt was sacred, a duty from a higher power. Predators forced the weak to grow strong. We shaped a world, she would say. Gathered in the candle light of our chapel, we shared bites of Pascha, felt the anticipation in every belly's build. In our bellies build, ready to honor our ancestors, feel their blood course through our veins. Though she is gone, I still honor the tradition. The fires have been lit, the chapel prepared. Tonight I pray for what I hope is the last time. Now the hunt begins, and if I do not return, all the better.
The chapel prepared. St. Sophia's only a few blocks from here. Kraven has to be there with the serum. Time to move.
And you can have a thing where it's just like there's an audio log, like a recorder, and Kraven's just like, I can't believe that, like, basically you could have that same letter but as like an audio log, right? And you could have him say like, I have to keep the traditions alive. I can't die like a regular man, you know. I'm not a regular man. I'm a Kravenoff, you know. All my hunts in my life have made me better than an average man, you know. And I can't die. I can't die like one. And he talks a little bit more about Adrian Toomes, the Vulture, and be like, and I kind of see myself in the Vulture because, you know, we're going through the same struggle of him suffering with cancer as well, and that's why I kept him as my like tinkerer, as my tech designer, because, you know, I see parts of myself in him.
Dima.
It's not what it looks like.
Keep him alive.
So then Yuri helps you with this battle, and she's still wearing her same fit. You can't customize outfits. They all have their set outfits. It's just this special mission she has like that hunter outfit, and it's only special for that one instant.
Okay, suit. Let's see what you can really do.
Let me get up there!
Gotta get to the chapel quick. That was fun.
So then freaking they're saying like, oh, Kraven's at the chapel, we have to get over there, Yuri. And then here's the change that I would do. Rafe will be like, "What are you doing? What the hell was that?" And Peter's like this.
That wasn't me.
And she's like, "What do you mean that wasn't you?" And he's just like, and he goes over to check on him.
You should ice that.
And then she's like, Spider-Man, what the hell was that? And she's just like, I don't know, I just lost control. And she's like, you've never done that before. You always keep your cool, like. And then he's just like, come on, we just gotta get to the chapel. And then, or you could have MJ call him. He's just like, wait, hold on.
Hey, Pete. Any luck?
No Kraven yet. But I think I know where he is.
How's the suit?
Weird. It's like it knows me. Don't worry, buddy. I'll take care of everything. Promise.
But then Rafe is a little bit concerned. Like, whatever the suit is, it's messing with Peter. He's not acting like he's supposed to act.
It's quiet. Okay, webs are back. It's you! I knew that was our meet cute back there. I knew it.
But this could be. I like it.
Know you better, but I got some business to take care of.
I like it that it's a little mini boss fight. But you could just have them have some dialogue. And remember, Rafe is with you, so you're fighting this guy with Rafe.
My city, not his jungle.
So you can have him responding to Spider-Man.
Let the lizards loose.
And he's basically saying, I'm Gregor, I'm his
Stabbed me pretty good.
I'm one of his greatest students. You will not.
I'd like a word with him.
If you can't. So that basically where he's saying like, I want to work with him, and he's just like, the only way you have a word with him is you prove yourself worthy of a challenge. So you must defeat me first.
Tell me about that last part. Or these guys? What's the matter?
Damn, you rocked me. Alright, you gotta stop smacking me with that shield.
Enough song and dance. I'm coming, Kraven.
Here to pick up a serum order for a Dr. Connors?
You have hunted me. This is good. Let's see if you have the strength to finish what you started.
So the only difference here, Rafe is with him, so they're basically like both up here. So you can have Kraven take down Rafe. Like, he subdues her, right? Like, he knocks her out of the pier and she falls down. And she's like badly hurt. Not badly hurt, but like she just kind of like, it kind of threw her off.
I see a man. I sense a beast. Why don't you set it free?
I'm just here to save my friend.
So he doesn't leave yet. A whole fight ensues, and he's just like, he wants revenge. He's like, basically the whole thing is like, we need to talk about you stabbing me and stuff like that. So a whole fight ensues where Spider-Man and Rafe fight Kraven. Again, they lose. They fight, stuff like that. Peter, he's stronger, he's faster, and basically Kraven the whole time as you're fighting him, he's taunting him. He's like, you're not as aggressive as last time. And then and Peter realizes that freaking he's just like, you think that was me in the Bronx Zoo? And he's just like, I know it's you. Whatever that is that's on you, it's that I want. And he's like, why? He's like, why do you want this suit? You want it for your own? He's like, I don't want this. Whatever that is, I just want. And you have that scene where it's just like, I don't care about the man who wears the suit. I care about what the suit is. You know, because Kraven could tell like there's something more to that. And Rafe is listening to this the whole time, where it's just like, he's saying that this suit is something more than what it is, and it's weird. So basically, the fight ensues. He loses. Here's the coolest change too. So it ends with freaking they're fighting out. They destroyed this church. The church is like destroyed. So nobody's gonna be at mass this Sunday. But basically, like, Kraven set up a grave, and it says like, here lies Spider-Man and stuff like that. Or you could have it be like the spider. They call him the spider or something like that. I don't know. And then freaking he buries him alive. And then freaking he obviously like knocks out Rafe, or like she's like badly beaten. And then he begins to bury Spider-Man, and he's just like whatever I have to do to get that beast out, we will do it. Or you can have like a little thing where it's just like he explains like a little tactic of how like isolation or like high stress reveals a man's true intentions, and we'll get that beast out of you any way we can. So he buries him alive, right? And then Peter's like freaking out and stuff like that, and it's very reminiscent of the Kraven's Last Hunt. Basically, that's what I'm referencing here. So then freaking so then he's just like, he's freaking out, and the suit changes, right? Can I actually see this? No, I can't. So the suit changes. The suit, like, Peter's in so much stress, and it's actually referencing what Kraven's saying, how like high stress reveals like a man's true intentions. So the suit changes, and he breaks free from it. He breaks free, and then freaking his suit changes, and then he has that line where it's like, we'll finish this later, and he grabs Rafe, and he swings away, and you get this scene.
My final hunt.
Yeah, the suit changes into this. It changes into the OG suit, right? So, and here's the big thing about this, and that's why I've been waiting so long to get this. This is another gameplay change, right? So throughout the story, especially, this is Act 2, but it's mostly in Act 2 and a little bit of Act 3. the suit changes throughout the story. So it begins with the traditional, where is it? The 2.0 suit, because basically when the black suit attaches to Peter, it changes based on the person's personality. So Peter already knows, like, he's Spider-Man, he's quirky, all this stuff. So it's literally just, it's a black and white version of the suit that he's already wearing, because that's who Spider-Man is. Spider-Man is Spider-Man, right? Whereas like when Harry puts it on, and you can check it out in the last episode, he turns into like the suit looks like that materialistic thing because Flash Thompson is from like the military, right? So, and then even with like Eddie Brock, where he's really built, he turns into like that brawlic Venom, right? So it basically, the suit changes based on the person's personality and who they are, right? But here's the thing. So I love this theme song too. So in high matters of stress, or when Peter gives into the suit and allows the suit to do what it needs to do, it changes throughout the story. So it changes into this iconic black suit, and it's going to change again and again as Peter gives into more of like, he gives his power towards the suit, or relies more heavily on the suit, right? Here's what I want to change with this. Here's the big thing, and I wanted it to do with this suit too, but basically the suit changes like color in some ways. So like with this one, like if you were like in a dark, especially since this is nighttime, you would have it have like red and blue hues on the sides, similar to this. So depending on like the time of day, like the suit kind of like changes color. So during the nighttime, you get like this hue, this red and blue hue. In the daytime, like when it's like super bright outside, you have like, it looks purple. And yeah, so that's the biggest difference. When it's in the light, like it looks like purple, and then when it's like nighttime, you get like the red and blue hue, and it works with all the suits. So since it's nighttime, we're gonna rock with this. So you go into they stop in a building. Rafe wakes up, and she's like, it's like, what happened? What is that guy? Like, why is he so powerful? And he's just like, I don't know, he's like one of the toughest villains that I fought so far, and it's like, it's crazy how he's just like a regular guy. And she's like, how is he a regular guy? And he's just like, well, he's enhanced himself with like herbs and natural remedies, and it's like, and he has years of experience and training, and it's strange. And then Rafe notices, like, your suit is different. Why is your suit different? And he's like, I don't know, like, whatever it did, it saved me. Like, I was gonna die again, and I don't know. It's kind of like the suit spoke to me, and I let it save me. I don't know. And then Peter's just like, are you sure you're gonna be okay? Can you are you right after the fight? And then Rafe is just like, yeah, I'm a little bit banged up. I need a little bit of time to rest, but once I'm healed up, we gotta check out that hospital. And then he's just like, yeah, of course, I got you. And then whatever, Peter swings off, and then he's just like, and then Rafe is just looking at him, and he's just like, there's something off with that suit.
Harry, MJ, I got the serum. On my way back to Emily May.
How'd it go?
Really well. Things just got a little intense with Kraven. He's somehow stronger than he looks, if you can believe that.
Hey, the important thing is that you're okay, and you got the serum. You did great, buddy. I'll start prepping the gear.
How'd it really go?
It was totally... I didn't want to worry Harry. It seems like the suit malfunctions when it's within range of certain frequencies.
How bad is the malfunction?
Not pleasant, but I can handle it.
Well, I'm glad you're all right, but watch yourself out there too. Let me know how things go at the lab.
Absolutely. Talk soon.
The Black Panther. So Black Panther's like a main mission. So we go back to Miles, and then we see that freaking Miles and Black Panther are bonding, and actually Black Panther is actually teaching him like attack moves and stuff like that. And basically he's learning more about like Wakandians and like Wakanda itself and stuff like that. And they actually get attacked by Kraven. So Kraven comes to him, and then Kraven actually knows Black Panther. They have a history. So he's basically saying like, oh, I heard you were in town. He'd be like, I knew you would come into town once you heard about the vibranium going missing. And then freaking you fight Kraven again, but you fight with Miles and Black Panther. And then freaking you basically hear like the backstory of how like freaking Black Panther knows Kraven, and how like the Sergeys were always trying to get their hands on vibranium, and like his ancestors fought his ancestors when like Russia invaded Africa for like to find Wakanda. And then freaking whatever, you basically end up winning because he's a little bit tired from the fight with Spider-Man and Rafe. But even that, Black Panther's like, you seem slower. Like, what's wrong with you? And then freaking Kraven reveals himself, and he's like, my king, I am dying. You know, I have cancer, and since you wouldn't be my final hunt, since you wouldn't be my final hunt, since you don't believe in killing, I found, or you have a reason to be like Kraven tried to have Black Panther be his final hunt, but you know, with Black Panther's morality and his desire to be a better person, or just his morals in general, he wouldn't do it. But basically, he's just saying, I found my final hunt, and it's the spider. So Miles figures out that freaking Kraven is dying and stuff like that, and then Black Panther's just like, why was the raid on Wakanda to secure that vibranium? Why was it so aggressive? And he was just saying that wasn't me. Like, yeah, I stole vibranium for you, but it was given to me. And he's like, what do you access to the port by a man named what's his name? Achibe. And Achibe is like a villain, Black Panther villain. He's big in like the comic series Man with a Plan, and basically saying like, I was given access to it, and I wasn't the one that caused all that mayhem. Achibe did it. And then he's just like, he's the one that he sailed with us and everything, so he should still be in the shipping yards and stuff like that. Died, a little girl was sacrificed, and I thought it was you. Not sacrificed, but a little girl was killed. A Wakandian girl was killed, and I thought it was you. And he was just like, no, it was Achibe the whole time. So then freaking Kraven leaves, and he's just like, I think whatever Achibe has planned, he's trying to take out the king or take out Wakanda in some way. So freaking Kraven leaves, and then freaking you can have a scene where it's just like, this is gonna be the final time we see each other, Black Panther, but it was an honor to fight you once again. And they have like this moment of respect where like they kind of like shake hands, or they do like a signal where like they respect each other as warriors. So the mission goes back to like the shipping yards, and they find out that Achibe is there, and they fully unloaded all the vibranium to Kraven and stuff like that. And they find Achibe, and whatever, there's a boss fight. So Achibe is kind of like he's like a mage or like a wizard, or like he uses dark magic, and whatever. So they fight him. It's kind of like very mystical and stuff like that. So it's another boss fight. You fight like you could fight like demons and stuff like that. It's like the minions. Whatever, you end up winning. And then you find out that Achibe is a very, very poor man from the country of, where is it? Gudaza, right? His family has been very poor, and Gudaza has been neglected by Wakanda. It's kind of like, Gudaza's like right next to Wakanda. And a few years ago, Wakanda opened their borders to everybody, but mostly towards like the wider, like the west and the east, and like the major superpowers and stuff like that. But a lot of the surrounding areas have been still suffering, and they haven't gotten the resources that they needed from Wakanda to make their areas or their countries better. So Achibe actually sold his soul to Mephisto, which is like the devil of Marvel, and he promised the soul of Black Panther, and in exchange he would get power, wealth, and Gudaza will actually overpower Wakanda one day and achieve like their status and wealth. But obviously he fails, and you actually Black Panther's he's actually kind of nice. He's just like, listen, I've noticed that I've neglected the surrounding countries, and I know that you guys should deserve the resources and the tech that we've developed, and I'm sorry, and I will work better into doing that, but you have to be charged for your crimes. You'll be held in a Wakandan prison. You'll have a trial and stuff like that, because you sacrificed this little girl. An innocent girl was murdered because of you. And then Chiba understands, and he actually he actually apologizes for everything he's done. It's just that like Gudaza's like dirt poor, and to constantly like see Wakanda have the resources and not want to share it or try to at least provide any kind of help, Achibe felt very desperate. And as they're about to arrest him, freaking Mephisto appears, and he's just like, you promised me the soul of Black Panther, but since you failed, I'm gonna take your soul. So freaking Mephisto takes Achibe away, and he goes to hell. And then Miles and Black Panther say their goodbyes and be like, this is like a whole thing, and I'm sorry that all this happened. And then Black Panther's just like, no, I mean, yeah, I'm happy that I'm sad that this girl lost her life, but it's made me realize that I've been neglecting the people that desperately need help. And once I go back to Wakanda, I'm gonna help Gudaza and do my best to be a better king. But basically they say their goodbyes, and he's just like, I'm really happy that you're Spider-Man. He doesn't say that he's better than Peter, but he sees a lot of Peter in him, or he sees a lot of Spider-Man in him, because Black Panther doesn't know that Peter's Spider-Man. I'm just saying Peter, just so you know the difference. Whatever, and they say goodbye. And later on in the story, you could have a thing where like Miles gets a message from Black Panther, and he's like, oh, I dropped something off at your house and something like that. And you get it could be like, oh, it's just a goodbye gift. And it's basically like the suit. Like he made him a suit with like Wakandan tech. The only thing I would change, I would take out the ears, but everything else stays the same. Or what you could have it could be the red one, and then just make it flat, like there's no ears. But it's similar to my tech. Think of it as like a symbol of appreciation and peace. That, you know, it's a suit, a combination of Spider-Man and Black Panther. So yeah. So the big change here is Eddie's here as well. So it's Peter, Eddie, well, Spider-Man, Eddie, and Harry are here. So he doesn't take off the suit. He has the suit the whole time.
You still got it?
The only difference, Harry's just like, whoa, like, what happened to your suit? And he's like, I don't know, it kind of changed as I was fighting Kraven. And he's like, okay, fine.
Let's see what this thing's made of. Okay, I've overlaid the serum with an old sample of Connor's blood. If you can destroy the atom... Huzzah? Huzzah. Wait. Does the structure look unstable to you? Huh.
If we could beam a few electrons in there, it'd stabilize it, but it's not like we have a
particle accelerator? That'd be like using a shotgun for a haircut.
Hell of a haircut.
Like, oh, like Spider-Man's kind of like similar to Peter and stuff like that.
The text said it needs repair, but maybe it's okay. Okay. No black holes, no black holes, no black holes. Huh. Pressure change popped an intersection out of alignment. There's no way to fix it without going inside. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Relax and be a good proton.
Huh?
Stay positive.
So, what's the inside of a particle accelerator like?
Amazing. You gotta crawl in this when you get the suit back.
Oh, yeah, it's at the top of my list.
What's gonna happen when I realign it anyway?
There aren't any other pressure problems, nothing. Come right out. but the beams are at it. Use the magnets to stabilize it. How? Just find the sweet spot. Slice the beam, it'll destroy the serum.
I got it. Do not wipe my library cards. Don't touch the beam. Don't touch the beam. X.
I should probably change the suit since the outside is kind of like bright in a way.
Is it working?
Lizard antidote, here we come.
See how it kind of looks like black, but it's still like, once it's in the light, it's a little bit purple.
So the suit's got some sensitive ears.
Apparently. What happened?
More static discharges. The accelerator's still running though. The serum's okay.
So you'll power it down, I'll grab the antidote, find Dr. Connors?
Not so fast. There are 67 shutdown steps. If you take it out before then, we'll lose the antidote.
Oof. Sounds like it's gonna be a while. You hungry? I could go get a pizza.
So this is my biggest change, okay? And this happens before I was really interrupted by my internet. It's not the hunters that attack here. So I said in the end of episode 4 and the beginning of episode 5. I don't think I wrote it in episode 5, and I'm sorry about that. Fires from the flame. You can have Scorpion just like stalking him the whole time. But this is where he like actually attacks. So this is Scorpion breaking in.
Shut it down and get the antidote. I'll handle this. No Kraven? I thought we had a thing.
So you have a thing where it's just like you're fighting Scorpion the whole time, and then freaking Peter's just like, Scorpion, like, what are you doing here? And be like, I've been stalking this whole time. I want my lick back or something like that. Because Scorpion's he's a nemesis kind of like villain, where he's like always trying to like bother and hunt Spider-Man and stuff like that. He's like the antithesis, not antithesis, but he's just like he's a pain in Spider-Man's
Why are they here?
Spider-Man's
After I stole the serum. Sorry,
like
Harry.
life, you know.
Why are you apologizing? I'm not worried. You got the suit. Kick their asses.
So you won't have these little bosses and stuff like that. You would just have like a Scorpion boss fight.
What's new with you?
And I guess how you could change up the gameplay, you could have them where like during the boss fight you'll have Scorpion trying to attack like a save the hostage kind of situation, but also, damn, I got hit directly with that. You're a menace for that. But also a boss fight as well.
Because I don't think these guys are gonna stop coming.
You got this, buddy.
It's almost powered down.
I'll finish it and grab the antidote. You need to get out.
I can't leave. I'm the only one who...
Watch out!
So you could have like Harry trying to like stabilize the antidote. Harry and Eddie are trying to stabilize the antidote. You have to protect them while freaking fighting Scorpion. Like Scorpion damages the particle accelerator. If he notices that Spider-Man's freaking out, like, it's just like, what is wrong with you? And like he grabs him by his tail and like lifts him up like this.
Kraven's gonna have fun with you.
And, you know, Harry saves him and gives him the opportunity to break free from Scorpion.
Want me? Come and get me.
He is this thing up!
So imagine this is like, it's a continuous fight between Spider-Man and Scorpion. So imagine this is Scorpion. And like the suit is like it's amplifying Peter's like thrill of being Spider-Man, because there's a part of him that doesn't enjoy being Spider-Man, so he's like so focused on taking down Scorpion that he doesn't notice all the damage that he's doing.
Maybe we'd even keep some of it as a badge of honor. Oh crap! Those arrows must have ruptured the accelerator's shielding. The beam's scraping the tunnel.
So Harry could be.
What about the antidote? Still being made, but time to start crossing fingers.
So Harry could be like, he's handling the antidote, but Eddie's just like trying to like save the Foundation. Be like, Spider-Man, you're causing too much damage. You need to focus. Like, you know what I mean? Like, forget about this. You can have like the fight causes like maybe like freaking Scorpion throws something in it and like it explodes the ceiling and stuff like that. You can have like a thing like where like Scorpion like breaks the ceiling and like trying to stop Spider-Man, but it backfires on him, like it drops on him or causes like explosion near him. But the fight is causing so much damage that Eddie's like freaking out, and now Harry's starting to notice.
They're destroying everything. Don't worry about that. You need to get out. No, there's just a few steps left. We can still finish the antidote. I know we can.
You could be like her saying like Spider-Man, the antidote's almost done, but Eddie's right, you need to calm down, like the fight is causing too much damage.
So you like smashing things? How about I smash your face?
Warning. Structural collapse imminent. Evacuate immediately.
You're gonna Are you hearing this, Harry? How much longer? I know. I'm on the last 2 steps. Harry! This place is coming down! We need to leave! No! It'll hold! I'm so close!
So you could have Eddie saying that, like, he's trying to get Harry to evacuate, but he's like, oh, no, I'm almost done with the antidote.
Harry! Just give me a sec.
Like, that whole conversation was between Harry and Eddie, and while Peter's so focused on, like, fighting Scorpion.
Let's go!
Harry! Are you hurt?
I'm fine. We both are. But the Foundation...
I don't care about that right now. Are you sure you're okay?
Yeah.
Get in there and see what you can save.
So yeah, right here you could have like so it's not Peter here. Keep the whole scene of like freaking Norman's like, hey Harry, you okay? And he's just like, yeah, Spider-Man saved us from Scorpion, but the Foundation, and he's just like, I don't care about that. And he looks at Spider-Man and he's just like, what is that on you? And then freaking Harry's just like, Dad, I'll explain it later. And then he'll be like, and he's like, okay, just, are you sure you're okay? And he's just like, yeah, I'm fine. And he's like, and he gives like Spider-Man like a mean look, like he knows like he's wearing the suit. So and it like gives that those starting points of like Norman hating Spider-Man, because why the heck does Spider-Man have my son's suit that's saving his life, you know? So he goes talk to his employees to like see if they can salvage anything, and then Eddie blows up here. He's just like, bro, I was telling you that you needed to calm down. Like, look at all the damage you did. Like, you destroyed the Foundation. And then Harry's just like, hey, look, calm down, Eddie. It's not that serious. And well, it's not that serious, but he's just like saying like, Eddie, calm down. And then freaking Eddie's just like, no, like, why are we trying to defend this guy? You know what I mean? He's like, he lost control over there. Like, what, like. The whole time we're telling him that he needs to calm down. Like, he could have handled that fight a lot more smoothly. And look, he got so invested in the fight that he destroyed the building. And then he's just like, look, I'm sorry. I was just, you know, I got a little bit carried away, but I was just trying to protect you guys. He's like, okay, what's the good of protecting us if like we're damaging the dream that me, Eddie, and Peter started? Like, Peter's gonna flip. Peter's gonna be so sad when he sees this. And he's just like, I gotta let him know what's going on. So then he goes away to call Peter and stuff like that. And then Spider-Man's talking to Harry right now.
Your dad's right. The Foundation doesn't matter. What? This was our dream, and it still is. But right now we have to focus on finding Dr. Connors and getting you healthy again. I got this.
And then the final scene with this, it'll be like freaking Peter's phone starts, Spider-Man's phone starts ringing, so he swings away and he answers Eddie's call. He's like, Eddie, what's going on? What's up? And then he's just saying like, freaking Peter, I got horrible news. We were helping Spider-Man synthesize an antidote for the lizard, and things got carried away with him and Scorpion because Scorpion attacked him, and the Foundation is like completely destroyed. And then freaking he's just like, oh my, that's terrible news. I'm pretty sure Spider-Man had like a reason to unload like that, or like probably Spider-Man tried his best. And he's just like, Peter, look, I know you have a history with Spider-Man and stuff like that, but like, I don't know, like he's not who you think he is, you know? He's careless, he's irresponsible, and he's not who you think he is. And Peter's just like, listen, Eddie, I know Spider-Man for a very long time. Just give him a chance, okay? And and you could have like and then freaking you could have they end the phone call and stuff like that. And then actually I'm gonna save it a little bit. But yeah, that's where it ends. Like, it ends with a phone call with like Eddie and Peter trying to save face for Spider-Man, and Eddie's not having it, you know what I mean? Like, Eddie doesn't like Spider-Man at this point, and Norman doesn't like Spider-Man at this point because he knows that he's wearing his son's suit, or the black suit. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be the end for episode 6. It was a lot of talking in this video. I was all over the place with this video, even though I have like a freaking outline to look at. But I'm gonna fix it up in the editing process. But if you guys do like what you see, please give me a like and follow. I really do appreciate it. I hope you're liking the video so far. This is the beginning of Act 2. It's gonna get more and more intense as we progress, so I'm really excited about what that holds. May God bless you, and be good people. Peace.